Welcome for part 2 of our Suzuki four-wheel drive quad video where we're building it up. Last video we acquired this quad with a partnership with the pastor that we would fix it up and sell it, or I would fix it up and sell it, and we split the profit. When I went to go ahead and fix it up, I realized that the steering's tight, the bearings are good, the motor has 170 psi of compression. My buddy Mike gave me a carburetor for it, and man, the thing just it runs like a sport quad, but it looks terrible. And to be quite honest with you, there's not a whole lot more we can do with this body. I mean, it's spray painted with bed liner, and it is what it is. But underneath of all that is just a really nice quad. So I said to the pastor, hey, I'd like to own it. I'd like to buy it from you. And he just would not take any money. He wanted to give it to me. That's the kind of heart he has. But we instead worked out a deal where he wanted me to fix up his other 250 four-wheel drive quad. The same identical quad as this. It's just the body looks a little bit nicer and whatnot. And we went ahead and we did that, and he's super happy with it. They're using the heck out of it, and they really enjoy it. But I want to fix this thing up the way I would like it. Now, I want to keep it in the fleet as a recovery vehicle. And I think it's, with the gearing and all, it'd be perfect for that. But, because, I have a lot of projects, and sometimes the projects don't always go as planned, and you wind up in the woods with a no-start issue. Well, this thing's got this super low gear, and it'd be perfect for that. Maybe we'll throw a winch on it. But the problem with it is, I don't know about how you guys think, it's subjective, but it looks like Grandpa's farm quad. I mean, it's not real beautiful. And what else can you do with that body? I mean, it's kind of busted up. It was kind of repaired a lot and spray painted with that bed liner. And I don't know. We put brand new tires on it. That's since the last video that we just put them on the back because they were dry rotted really bad. So they're brand new. That cost quite a bit. But you know what? The old girl, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. So we did that. But I have an idea to give it a whole new look and a different body for it, or body panels, and we'll see how you guys think, and let me know. But this is part 2, and this is our first segment, so let's get to work. Okay, so we got her all stripped down, and I actually like the way it looks better. It's very subjective, but I just can't stand the design of the body, and that one in particular had a lot of fixing on it, and I'm glad to see it gone. Now, here's my idea, and that is, these are panels off of a buggy. As you know, I've done a lot of buggies on the channel, so I'm quite familiar with these. But my idea is putting, like, maybe this one here, finding a mounting position for the front fender, and then over here, stick it like here or something for the back. I'm going to have to do some fabrication, but just to give you an idea, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I got to get the right position so, it kind of protects the rider from getting mud thrown on them. But I mean, essentially, it's going to be easier to clean. I think it's going to look cooler. It's going to give it that Mad Max look. And I can get to all the parts a lot easier to work on it, to service it. And I don't know, I like it. I'm still able to use the racks. I mean, maybe it'd be more sporty without the racks, but the idea of this quad is to be a recovery vehicle. So I can carry equipment and supplies, maybe parts with me, and use it for that. It does have a purpose. So that's where we're at so far. Okay, so got a little work done today. It may not look much different. If you look real close, and don't look real close to my welds, but I got the brackets in place so we can mount the fenders. We'll have to see what it looks like when it's all done, but see, I got them I try to keep it uniform on both sides. There wasn't a whole lot of places. I was going to weld from here to here, but you can see there's a bolt here, so apparently the frame comes apart right here to take the motor out if you ever had to do that. So I like to avoid doing that. So that's we just had this piece going down and welded up to right there. And did the same in the front. Try to get it where if I turn full tilt, there is some clearance. Enough room for suspension, of course. I'm hope. Also, I welded up a battery box there. And oh, I need to weld that down. It's bolted down, but I didn't weld it down. I meant to weld it down. I'm going to pull the battery out first because that just would make sense. And light tabs here and here. So we're going to go to paint. After I weld up that battery box, we are going to go to paint and then reinstall the fenders and see how she looks. Okay, so right now we're going to call it done for now. I mean, with the projects, at least as far as I'm concerned, I've never actually done a project. I'm always trying to improve it in some way. But for right now, we're going to move on to other things. But I just want you to take a look at it. Now, I know I can't be the first person to think of putting Chinese fenders, Chinese buggy fenders on a quad. But I did, and I really like it. I like the way it came out. Now, I've done better jobs upholstering seats. This one was very difficult with that, the way it kind of like angles up like this, and I tried to stretch it out as best I could, and I even used a heat gun on it. It just not my best work, but I think it's good enough for Mad Max over here. But what do you guys think? Did you like it better when it had the bed liner body on it, or do you like this body here? I guess you wouldn't really call it a body, just the fender kit on it. Oh, I should show you. I did put on some nice bright headlights, and they are super bright at night. I like those. Not as small as what I put on the Pastor's Quad. Put a little bigger ones on here, but they're I believe they put up the same amount of light. Oh, there we go. And she fires right up thanks to the Fibby carburetor. And we're getting ready to get on our next project, which is right here. I'll have a video series on that. That's a Tao 150. I paid $1 per cc. Yeah, I got a little bit of a bargain on that. We'll see if we can get her running on the cheap and have it ready. This is the day after Thanksgiving that I'm airing this. We're gonna get started on this today. We're gonna see if we can get this one done before Christmas so somebody can get it underneath their tree. But anyway, yeah, I think we're done on this. How about a ride? Okay, got the old girl out in the trail, right where she belongs, and we're gonna do a little ride. We're on 4-wheel drive, low range. I want you to see how nice and low this thing rides. Gear one. That first gear, that second gear. Go up the hill, look at this. Like zero effort. So to be able to pull with this thing would be no problem at all. Obviously, you normally wouldn't trail ride in low range, but just for comedic value, I figured I'd do that. Now, these quads really don't have much in the line of suspension, but if you get the tire pressure right, they're pretty comfortable. Could you keep up with a modern sport quad? No way. But for what I want it for, this thing really is a blessing. I want to thank Pastor Jeff for giving me this quad and giving me the opportunity to work on his.
And now it's time for the verse of the day. Today's verse is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. And as an added bonus, we're going to give you verse 9 too. That's right. So here it is. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God. Not by works, so that no one can boast. Do you know, this old girl was a free gift for me. Pastor Jeff gave it to me. Now I wanted to work it off and whatnot, and I said I fixed his other quad for him. This was still a gift. And when God gives us the gift of salvation, it's a gift. It's up to us to accept it. If I didn't accept this gift, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it in the fleet, and it wouldn't have worked out. But I accepted the gift. and I appreciated it. God gave us a gift of salvation. It's huge. It's forever. And that means we get to spend eternity with Him and have a relationship with Him. It's a free gift. It's nothing we can do to earn. A lot of people, they'll get a gift and feel like, I don't really deserve it. Well, no, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve this gift of salvation. I don't deserve it. But believe me, it's a free gift. God wants you to have it. He wants a relationship with you. Check it out in His Word. Hey, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks.